This is usually my highlight of this story. Like, allow me to take us back to the house of Potiphar. Joseph comes into Potiphar's wife as a slave, as a servant, and he serves so diligently because the hand of God was upon him. And he is left in charge of everything, and he is faced with a moral decision that Potiphar's wife sees the goodness of Joseph and desires to be with him. But Joseph rises above that, and it causes him to be put into prison because Potiphar believed the witness of his wife. So as he's put in prison, again, Joseph is faced with another unjust situation. I was just living my best life in the land of my parents. My father loved, I didn't choose to be loved, My father loved me, here I am. I have come into a foreign land. I've served from the way I knew. But here again, I've been unjustly put into prison. And we see that when he gives an interpretation of the dream to the cupbearer, he even tells him, like, I'm unfairly in the prison house. Please remember me. Again, in the prison, we see he's lifting. We see that he is given charge over everything, and there is nothing that is looked at that is in the hand of Joseph. Then we see within the prison, the next thing that God does is he brings him to the house of Pharaoh. And allow me to stay there for a while. First of all, to remind us that when we walk in the journey of financial wellness, we'll be called to steward different places. Second of all, God will lift us by levels. That God will not do, he doesn't throw up. And I'm sure you've heard even other ministers say this, other people who teach on financial wellness, that it's progressive. There is no way you want to put 10,000 today and reap 20,000 tomorrow. There is something amiss. That principle never works. But level by level, God was training Joseph in all of this. He began with a small scale of Potiphar's household. Then he moves to another scale in the prison. And then God lifts him to the scale of Pharaoh's house. And if you continue to read this text, God actually lifts him to the scale of global, if you can say that, because we'll see a bit ahead when the famine checks in real time, Joseph and what they had stored up in Egypt is able to take care of people from far and wide, and that is how he reconnects with his family.